everyone. Hi, this is Jillian. Well, my name is Jillian, and I am the owner of Post Surgery Care of Atlanta, where aftercare matters the most. And this is another video um, that I'm going to be talking about. Um, I know with everything going on with the current events. Oh, let me say this. If you like this video, please click the thumb button and definitely make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Um, I want you all to apologize. Been having a few different things been going on, good things. Preparing for graduate school, um, with business, kind of working on some things for next year, and just working and just everything all in between. So definitely bear with me. I'm still kind of timing like weekly. I know that I normally do it like on a Sunday or a Monday, and now it's kind of going into Tuesday, and today is Saturday. So just bear with me, but I definitely want to keep doing videos because I really like doing it. It's just making a time to sit down to do it, with so many different um, duties and responsibilities for me to do, and taking care of personal life, family life. But I thank you all for being patient with me, and I just ask for grace and just encouragement just to keep on this journey of the YouTube channel of Post Surgery Care of Atlanta. But this video, I don't want to make it long, but I do want to bring some encouragement. I want to bring some ideas on ways on how healthcare workers, especially my allied health professionals, CNAs, medical assistants, on what the video today is what should we be doing in this economic recession, or I like to call the economic downturn or whirlwind, as a healthcare worker. I truly do believe that during the times of economic uncertainties and different things that's been going on with the inflation, and um, there's even though there's economic downturn that's happening, and I don't know if we are officially in an economic recession or it's still kind of limboing in between both with inflation happening. It definitely has called us to a place to where we have to become more innovative on the skills that we have, because many times when you think about it, you say, look, I can't wait 4 years to get a degree and then say, okay, level up. And my theory, my belief, my philosophy to work and making money, that I look at how America came about. America came about through vocational. It came through slavery. The forefathers didn't come over here speaking about getting a college degree. They had a vocational mindset, which was very detrimental, and um, very wrong towards people of color, bringing them over here as slaves to work. But that's how they made their wealth, is through slavery, blood money. So, with that saying, is that during this time of economic downturn and uncertainties, many times we don't have time to apply for school and get a degree. You can definitely do that, but there's things that you want to do now to earn more money in your current role, or your current educational or skill base that you have at the moment. Especially for my CNAs and medical assistants, I definitely want to speak to you guys, and nurses too, because nurses, you have a vocational skill. Doctors, you have a vocational skill. Anything where it's an application of you doing a skill, is something that you can definitely do enhance that or advance that skill to make it more marketable in what is happening right now. And so, one thing that I know for sure that I definitely have seen in my business and what I apply a lot to my business now is very much so the virtual means streamline of how I onboard my patients, care for my patients. So that is definitely the way of the future. So I just want to kind of give a few tips for my healthcare workers and for myself that I'm definitely looking and doing for myself to become more marketable in the marketplace, personally and also professionally, and also in my business, and how to keep myself in a place to where I'm always I my goal is to always be ahead of the trend, but sometimes that's not the case. It's just, hey, I'm riding the wave versus I'm ahead of the wave. So the first one that I would say is definitely sharpening your technology skills in computer skills. Um, that is one skill that I can say that I haven't really focused in a lot in with. I've been very much on the um, theoretical principle types of ways in how I've leveled up my skills with patient care and learning more about pain management and those sorts of things. But computer skills, meaning as in word processing, spreadsheets, um, um, PowerPoint presentations, the Microsoft Office that's all entailed, G Suite, with Google. There's so many different advantages. Is when you really learn the G Suite, which I have on mine. It has definitely helped me in streamlining with email communication, social media communication, and data analytics. Knowing how to read data, and how to analyze it, and what should I be doing now, and what is my audience more liking than others. Um, those are computer skills, and also, you know, technological skills that will really that you can do now, and how you can sharpen your skills to make yourself more marketable in the marketplace. Um, because in every situation there's always opportunities. When there's bad things going on, there's an opportunity to solve those problems and to fill in the gap, and learning how to streamline your streamline your skills that you have now to fit not what's happening now, but where it's going. And data analytics definitely will help you with that. um, it would definitely will. The next thing, and I would say, is um, sharpening your psychological skills. As a healthcare worker, I'm a CNA, medical assistant. If you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, we are doing a lot of psychology work with our patients. We may not be able to do per se assessments, neuropsychological assessments on our patients, but we are talking with our patients. We are getting a lot of information, intimate information from our patients, because we are seeing them, especially CNAs. And so that will be a great time for you to learn about cognitive behavior therapy, and how motivational interviewing that will help you to help you to streamline your skills to where it is appropriate in now and in the future, because patients are looking for people to help them to solve their problems, to find avenues in how it can be better. And so I don't like when people say I don't know. I don't like that, because I feel that when you say I don't know, you have disengaged yourself from the problem. You have disengaged from the interaction. You're just a shell, and the spirit of you have left. So let's not use that word I don't know that's off the rip. Let's try to let's try to sharpen our skills to where we can be more effective in solving those problems or attempt to solve the problem. And even if we can't solve the problem, if we have the resources in knowing where they should go to get the answers to their problems, to solve their problems, we are now part of the solution, not a part of the problem. Because when you tell your clients, tell your patients that you don't know, you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution, and you're completely have disengaged. And that's what you're telling the patient is that that's your problem. I don't want any part of that. I'm just here doing a job. And we see where that has taken us with the term that I know that's being thrown around a lot, especially on LinkedIn, is the quiet quitting. And we're seeing how many companies are using data analytics, looking at they have been measuring the productivity of their employees. Now that's not always the case, and people are being let go because their productivity was down. Sometimes it's just budget. But I think many of people have been in that state of quiet quitting where they're just doing the bare minimum, just enough to get by, just enough to where I'm not getting any heat from my boss. And many times you have management, people in management, they're on the quiet quitting as well. So if you have management that are moving in that frequency of quiet quitting, just doing enough, then their workers are going to be on that same tip as well. And so you're seeing so many companies now that they're now responding, or maybe it has fed into or part of the reason why there may be a lot of layoffs that are happening, furlough, because hey, the supply and demand is down for this particular service or work that is needed, and hey, we can streamline it to lesser people who are actually are giving their best, or hey, we can just streamline this to just completely technology where it's virtual, which Amazon has definitely has taken that approach, more of that. They're taking more of that approach of streamlining using the virtual model versus using human people to do the job, because they're like, well, hey, if we can save some money, yeah, we may spend more money on the technology side, but we're going to save in the long run, then hey, let's do it. So these are things that you can do. It's not about saving your job, but it's about positioning yourself, always be in a place where you're always marketable. You're always are going to be in a position to where you can navigate through it and adapt very easily to where you can always make money, and you can make the kind of money that you want to make, and also explore different opportunities that you may not have thought that was out here if you did not take the opportunity to sharpen those skills along the way. People always say it's better to stay ready than get ready, and even if you have not been getting ready, you can start getting ready now. You can start now. You can do online courses about technology skills. You can take online courses about psychological skills relating to motivational interviewing, cognitive behavior therapy skills. There's other ones that you can do where let me see, what is the other psychological one that you can do? Hey, learning how to listen effectively, um, um, knowing how to, well, the next one I'm going to talk about is the third skill that is great for you to advance your skill in is learning and also perfecting your knowledge about population health. That is such a big thing that has now been the buzz key trend keyword in looking at the population as a whole and scaling it down to using data analytics to say, okay, how many people have comorbidities, and what are those comorbidities, and psychosocial. Where are they living? Who are they living with? What is their living conditions? Do they have technology burial issues? Do they have reading or their educational background? Is that a barrier? So there's so many things in a whole as the population health that you really want to start learning and really honing in on. And definitely, I will be doing that same thing too. There are certifications that you can get in population health that I'm definitely looking into myself, especially for you medical assistants. I don't think if they have one for CNAs, but definitely want to look into that. It may be a free course because it's not so it's not very rarely a popular thing where it's one of those things where they're talking about it, but the courses are fairly inexpensive, or hey, you may be able to find some that are free that you can do. You definitely want to learn everything about population health because that is the future. That is now, and that's definitely the future on how they're going to streamline healthcare. That is now the new model, or will be part of the new model of healthcare, and how healthcare is going to be delivered, how much, how little. So it's something that you really want to be very proficient or advance in, to where you can be able to find your place to really be effective as a CNA, as a medical assistant, as a nurse, as a doctor, as a social worker, or whatever, where level of discipline that you're on. You definitely want to check that out, because it would definitely will make you in the now and in the future. Um, so the next thing that I will say, the fourth thing is sharpening your communication skills. And what I mean by sharpening your communication skills is that is a multi-level or multifaceted word. Communication being able to communicate effectively, as in public speaking. It can mean speaking effectively with nurses, with your higher level disciplines, know how to articulate what you need to say using less words. Also, really being proficient in your medical terminology. What is the new medical terminology that is being used now? That's definitely one thing that I have to keep working on, because new medical terminology is happening all the time. So that's a part of sharpening my communication skills, is knowing what medical terminology that is being used now, so I can use those proper medical terminology that is now. Because what I've learned when I was in school for medical assistant and CNA is totally different now. And especially with me being in the home care on the private sector, I don't have the 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 um, the access as quickly, or as easily, if someone that was working in the hospital per se, that you can really get that information and know. And so that's definitely something that you want to understand. And another thing about improving your communication skills is learning how the different jargons have changed. Where I have been aware from the psychology industry, from my association GPA, they now have switched to where saying, hey, let's not use mental health so much. Let's now start using behavior health, because mental health is kind of give you this one perspective of the person, but behavior health is going to give you a more holistic, a broader view of the patient, so you'll be able to get a better assessment of what's really going on with the patient. Is it emotional? Is it more psychosocial influence? So it's more of a broader. So that was one of the things that they really talked about, that hey, let's not say mental health, let's start saying behavior health. And also mental health, that term has been used all over, and so now it has lessened its effect to where it's now has become, it has become very mundane. It's here. So now they have definitely switched to say, well, hey, we're going to just now say behavior health because it's more holistic because of the behavior of the person, meaning the way they eat, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way how they perceive things. There's so many aspects that go into behavior that it's not just, um, it's not just the physical, it's so much more. Behavior in their eating, behavior in how they respond to people in different environments. So you want to be very aware, and that's part of enhancing your skills as a healthcare worker. Definitely, I'm going to be working on that as well. And and these are just a few online courses that they were saying that are really good for people to take. Um, if you are just a lay person or if you're in healthcare, um, online courses for impacting with communication would be, let's see, the first one is interaction skills for impact and influence. The other one is interpersonal skills, global leadership, and persuasive communication, building trust and influence. And that is huge. That is truly, truly huge. Persuasive communication and building trust and influence. Because when you are talking with family members, your higher level disciplines, with patients and other disciplines, you want them to know that you are a highly competent individual. That it's not about that you are a know-it-all, but you know your stuff and you are very aware of what is the update in your industry and how to communicate with your higher disciplines and being um, very open with learning from them. And so and interpersonal skills, that's very important. Being able to um, talk um, with your coworkers and family members and friends. Those are very important because what I have noticed is that many people are highly educated on paper, but they still have a hard time communicating their feelings. And I know many times people are very afraid of where I don't want them to think that I am being argumentative. I don't want them to feel that I'm being that I'm micromanaging them. And ABA had actually written a article about when people are not communicating their feelings and how it does more damage to the other person because you ghosted them, you didn't follow through, you didn't communicate how you really felt. It really tarnished, it really disdains the relationship, and also it disdains the person credibility, because people start feeling, well, if you're not comfortable articulating how you are feeling or what's going on, then how can I trust you with my clients, with my patients? How can I trust you that when I give it an assignment that you will articulate to me that, hey, you're having challenges, or 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 that you decided to go a different route within the assignment? It makes people feel very uncomfortable, and then they'll start making their own narrative about what's happening. So communication is very, very, very important, and it's something that we all have to keep working on. Interaction skills. People are so prone to texting versus talking on the phone or talking face to face. That is a huge problem. Regardless of how amazing technology is, you can never overrule human interaction. You never can, even if it's just over the phone. People want to hear your voice. people truly want to hear your voice, because texting, people can interpret it any way that they can, because they're not hearing your tone. So and that also plays a role in, with communication skills that I didn't add on there, but is hey, writing skills. Definitely always keep working on your writing skills. I love Grammarly. Grammarly is the best. But there's different styles of writing. You have informal, you have formal, you have technical writing, narrative. You have different styles of writing. That certain writing is not the most effective in certain environments of relating to your work. So there's a lot of skills that I just mentioned that we can definitely work on to level up our skills and to position us to where we will open up new doors of great opportunities that we may not have known about, or would not have been able to have the accessibility to it, because we don't have those skills to be able to hone it to attract those type of opportunities our way. And two other ones that I wanted to talk about is not so much as about skill based, but more so opportunities. Number one is learn how to be your own boss. Everyone knows about that. Oh, I'd be my own boss, and that's wonderful. But also, there's another opportunity that many people do not talk about, and I think it's a great opportunity. I definitely am open, and as a door opportunity for me as an individual, and also as a businesswoman, to say, hey, I am very much interested in learning more about entrepreneurship. And I'm going to just give y'all just a brief description of what entrepreneurship is, because many people never heard of that. They never heard of it. And I'm going to give you a book for you all to read that would definitely give you more of an in-depth. And he is amazing. He is my virtual mentor in my head, for definitely for business. He's a huge reader. I mean, he is amazing. I have so much respect for him, and what he has done in his own business, what he has done with himself and his personal development, mind, body, and spirit, intelligence, is, well, let me just give you the description of it. So entrepreneurship is where you are pretty much, you are working with a company. You work for a company per se, but they have these opportunities to where saying, hey, if you come up with great ideas to where it's going to further the company, to where the company is going to make more money, it's going to streamline productivity to make it better, then they will give you a bonus because you have benefited the company. So it's not like just being a employee where you clock in, do an assignment, get it done, and then you leave. This is where it is going to take more initiative. You are an entrepreneur within a company, pretty much, but you are an employee. But as an in entrepreneurship, you are an employee, but you have an opportunity to earn more money, and also become a major stockholder in the company, owning pieces of the company, because you are contributing to the company in ways in how they can make more money, and also on how they can streamline productivity to make things better and move more smoother. So I am definitely interested in learning more about entrepreneurship, and also kind of moving in that aspect as another business venture for my business, because you want to, I'm very open with learning new opportunities. So I definitely see a lot of you guys that are healthcare workers, or if you're not a healthcare worker, is that something that you want to go to you want to go to your higher ranks, someone that I would say, when you go to your job and you talk to them, I would say talk to someone who who is trusting and who has a business mind, someone who can really you can schedule a meeting with and have that conversation with. So I would say, I would say, do your research first on people, get to know more people there at your job, and find out who would be the person for you to express your interest about entrepreneurship. I wouldn't just go to my manager. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't go to my supervisor. I would sit back and I would just do my research on the higher levels in the company. I will, I will really just do my research and meet with them. And if you're on LinkedIn, that's a great way for you to connect with them and really kind of have that one-on-one interaction with them without anyone else knowing. So I definitely would not tell my manager or supervisor, because most likely they would not have the mental capacity to even understand what you're talking about, and they'll most likely will shoot you away and say, what are you talking about? You don't have to, what are you doing? So I will move very slowly. I will do a lot of research. I will get on LinkedIn. If your company have a LinkedIn page, definitely I will follow their LinkedIn page and find out the key people up top, and just start talking with them on the LinkedIn page if they're on LinkedIn a good bit, and just find out who will be a safe person and a person who can definitely have that conversation with you about creating an opportunity for being an entrepreneurship, because most companies they have them, they just don't tell it to the lower level people because they just figure that you all don't even have the mental intelligence to even think of something like this, and that's just being honest. So I wanted to also let you guys know about an opportunity um, that I've heard of, but I've also printed off myself. It's called the Patient Teller Mentoring, no, Teller Monitoring System, or Patient Remote Patient Telemonitoring. I think I might be telling it wrong. But that is a great opportunity, especially for my fellow CNAs and medical assistants, for you guys to really tap into that. I see a few jobs on Indeed that I was just doing some quick research before I got on here. Um, I will strongly advise that you guys definitely look into that. But also, I would say with that is that you definitely want to start getting with Goodwill. I know that they do a lot of computer literacy classes, and also get very familiar with Zoom. In a Zoom software, you want to really get to know the technological skills and really level up on that, because you're gonna need to be you're gonna have to really be proficient in those levels, because you're working from home and you got to be able to operate that device, that software on a proficient level, and know what you're looking at and how to read things. So this is why it's so important to start improving your skills, or leveling up on your skill that you have now, that you can start making money quickly. You don't have to be, well, oh, okay, I got to enroll in school to get a degree. No, because, and I'm going to tell you guys this, and this is, I'm going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, is that this country was built on vocation. Okay, they were not built on college degrees. College degrees are great. I have a college degree. I'm going back for my master's. Lord be with me. Um, but I'm going to tell you this, if it was not for my vocational skills, my bachelor's degree would only be able to go so far. It just really would. With this, only having a degree will only get you, I look at it this way, degrees are doors. The degrees are like hall passes. Once you earn a degree, it gives you a hall pass to walk down halls. But if you do not have the vocational skill, that is the key to open up the doors. Okay? So you need both. You need both. You need the vocational skill, and and the degree if you want to go that route. But I would say what is most important is having those hard skills. They have hard skills and soft skills, and you need them both. And the ones that I'm speaking with right now is with with the computer skills, the technology skills. Those are hard skills that you want to know. The soft skills is psychological skills. You want to know that. That's very important as well. So, and those do not have to take a college degree to do. That is something that you're gonna forever gonna have to keep working on. The degrees are good. There are hall pass. They let you in to go down certain halls that if you don't have a college degree, not saying you won't be able to go down those halls, but it will be very difficult because it's just set up how this societal way of thinking, how it's set up. But I definitely want you guys to really take time to learn technology, learn how it operates, and how you can implement it into where you are now to open up bigger doors for you. That this economic recession or downturn or whirlwind does not have to affect you negatively. It can also actually affect you in a positive way if you are smart and that you have the 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 endurance to learn and the creativity to take what you have learned and make it into yours, because that is like step number 3, and that is the part that is the hardest. Is once you have learned a skill and you have mastered the skill, great. But then the third step is actually now making it yours, putting your own blueprint stamp on it. And that takes time. I'm still learning. So I hope that you guys, this was great beneficial for you all. I didn't really see a whole lot of videos pertaining to healthcare workers who are um, really talking about in this lane of what to do now, like what can I do like today to position myself to make more money, and not just make more money, but to open up really great opportunities for me to have fun and what I do that I didn't think about that I needed to do or want to do. Because it's so much about, let's go get a degree, but if you don't have the hard skills and the soft skills in place, that degree is really not going to do a whole lot for you. And universities do not tell their people that. They don't, because it's just a money machine. So I just wanted just to tell you guys this, and hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all on the next video. It will be next week. I will be doing one weekly. It will be just be praying for me to get more consistent in on the same day. But I'm opening myself up with the fact of saying you have a lot going on, but as long as we get them out weekly, you're going to be fine. So you guys have a blessed day. Happy Saturday, and hope your day goes well. And let's truly, truly get to work and level up on these skills so we don't have to sing the sad song, but we actually are singing a glorious song of that I'm doing great. And you can share this information and share this video with your friends, with your colleagues, because many people are feeling depressed. They're feeling scared. But really, this is a great opportunity to get excited, to say, how can I sharpen my skills? How can I learn new skills to position me in the marketplace, to open up new, great, and wonderful doors to meet great people and make money as well. So you all have a blessed day. Bye.